Hello? Who's out there? Getting yelled at by people to start the stream early, so I guess we'll start the stream early. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. We got some replays. Which is all we even delay the stream for, is that I can get replays, so I don't have to awkwardly sit around. Lord Master of Sotek is streaming right now. Well, rest in peace, my stream. Which is all we even delay this. Nah, we'll win. What up, Nick Rightface? I don't know if it's Nude or Knude, but the Alterman. Outlerman. Yeah, let's start the stream for you, buddy. Oh, I suppose I should tell other people the stream's actually happening. That would be smart. Alright. Everyone, stream time. Posted on the Total War 1, 2, because it's been over 8 hours, so I can post again. Nude. Got it. What up, Nevas? Alright, this week we have our weekly new player tournament. We are in the late night Dark Times NA version. Let's get into it. If you've hung around, you know what this is by now. 4 rounds of Swiss, and then if there are any tiebreakers necessary, we do those. I will cast at least one replay from everybody, and after that we'll just cast any that look fun. Right? Right. Cool? Cool. Also, we only had 9 people sign up tonight. So should be more of a chill atmosphere, less panicking and desperately slamming through replays and messages from me. So that should be good. Got 2 replays already, so let's get into it. Greyheart versus Neon Goldman. Norska and the Exiles of Chaos. What up, Menefit? You're a Menefit now. For some reason, you don't get the S on your name. I don't know why, but them's the rules. Dude, Khorne has been so popular. I know they got some buffs, but they're not a top-tier faction. But just, like, our new player tournaments recently have been dominated by Khorne. Khorne is everywhere. I shouldn't say dominated because that implies Khorne is winning all the time. They win maybe 50%, but they're just all over the damn place. The Manifest, you could have been in the top 20. Can confirm, brother. Alright, we got 4 Marauders for Norska here. Triple Marauder Champion with great weapons. 2 Marauder Hunters with Javelins. Double Giant. Wulfric the Wanderer with Sword of Torgold, Hunter of Champions and Seafang. And then a Metalcaster with Glittering Robe and Plague of Rust. Then dogs. Looks like just 3 dogs. Norskan Warhounds, Warhounds with Poison, and then the Beasts of Tashnor. On the other side for Khorne, very concerning for this Norska build is those Skull Crushers. 1 Skull Crusher, so thankfully it is just 1. But without any mobility to contest it, it'll have to be a nice Plague of Rust with some of those Javelins thrown in to take care of those guys. We have some Cavalry of Khorne, Marauders with dual weapons, Bloodletters of Khorne, including an Exalted Bloodletter of Khorne. We do have a Blood Reaper with various little buffs, but mostly the spell resist one, and then Valkyrie the Bloody up in the sky with Spear Slopnir. Cool, cool. Bloodletters find Marauders, but on one side the Skull Crushers are going to do a lot of work. On the other side, we'll just see if the Norskan Giants can contribute a lot. As Wulfric is going to find his way in onto the Blood Reaper. He could make extremely short work of the Blood Reaper, but here comes his first Spear Slopnir down the line, hits 2 units. Nice 2-for-1 from Valkia there. And a Seafang right back, a 2-for-1, a 3-for-1 for Wulfric the Wanderer. Those are Chaos Warriors of Khorne that are getting dicked that hard. Holy crap, Marauder Champions are tearing through these guys. So good start for Norska overall. Blood Reaper is getting killed, Hunter of Champions is popped. But Wulfric is currently fighting in the middle of all of these Exalted Bloodletters. They killed his support very quickly, so he is currently fighting without support. Looks like he wants to just snipe out the Blood Reaper and run, which he will do soon. Chaos Furies and Skull Crushers doing whatever they please. There are dogs nearby, but that is not going to be a problem for the 130 armor Skull Crushers. Not their problem. Though Wolfric does need to bail out of this fight, he's now just fighting Exalted Bloodletters, and they are definitely putting him on notice that lots of damage is coming his way. Skull crushes the Khorne with the Plague of Rust Overcast down to 70 armor, still menacing for those dogs to deal with, but with the Norskan Giant clubbing them in the back, they do want to run away. Wolfric just needs to try and find somewhere to get safe, but it looks like... I don't think he's the target of the Skull Crushers. I think he just happens to be in their way. He stops them as the dogs continue to poke in. Beasts of Tashnar are also going to wrap around with Wolfric helping out. That'll take care of the Skull Crushers and put Norska in the lead in this battle. Overall, Norska's front line is winning. On the flanks, it's contested. Skull Crushers getting killed off is pretty huge, but Norska doesn't really have a lot left on the flanks either. These double giants will be a bit of a problem. Now, Exalted Bloodletters are having a much better time versus the Marauder Champions with Great Weapons than the Chaos Warriors did. Understandably so. Valkyrie looks like she's going to keep going after Wolfric and his mage, relying on the giants just being too slow to really do anything about it. Though she does get in a little too deep, Wolfric gets a nice charge in. The giant's going to hit her from behind. No Hunter of Champions out just yet, but she gets good shots onto Wolfric. Balance of power is tipping further in the favor of Norska. I'm inclined to agree. The giants are still very healthy. And there's a decent amount of random Norskins to throw into the grinder of Khorne here. Plague of Rust down the Bloodletters, just so they have 10 armor as a giant comes clubbing into them. Yeah, Valkyria can't fight two giants. So she would need some kind of help, and there's no help to be found anywhere. Relentless Rage makes these Exalted Bloodletters unable to die as other Bloodletters and Marauders try and pile in. They get rid of the Marauder Champions, but another shot to the face from the Norskan Giant just causes army losses. And that'll be a win for Norska, not something we get to say very often right now. Potato salad, where are the rats you were promised? I promised no such thing. Alright, we do have a conquest game that slipped its way into our land battle tournament. I have had both of the players flogged, but I guess we'll allow it. No, I actually don't care that much. They just forgot to change it back to land battles, but it's pretty whatever. I'll only be upset if the players are upset. If both players are fine with it, I don't care at all. That's totally good. Wolfric got really good value. Marauder Champions did quite well, also. Giants were fine. Dogs did okay. I think the biggest losers of this battle were the Skull Crushers of Khorne. They just really disappointed me for being the only heavy cav on the field and not even being countered that hard. They just kind of died slowly to Wolfric and dogs, and that made me sad. Blood Reaper, unfortunately, not that good in general, but especially with Wolfric running him down, that's pretty tough. So, the infantry of Khorne did okay. Yeah, infantry did okay. It was the Skull Crushers and the Blood Reaper that mostly slacked on the value. I also noticed on the side the skirmish cav got caught out by the javelin throwers and just got out skirmished, but we were talking about other things, so I let it go. Love your content, man. Great stuff. What up, Tremulous? Tremulos? There's the conquest game. Yuck! It's okay. I'll get over it. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna vomit. Hey, it's Khorne again. Did I say something about Khorne being everywhere right now for no reason? If you like the content, like and subscribe. Thanks, Phoenix King. You can also subscribe to Phoenix King's channel. He doesn't post often, but when he does, it's a fucking banger. It's usually anti-dwarf propaganda, but I'll allow it. Jepardieu versus Sigfolt for game 2 here. Nobody trusts a filthy asser. Wow. Alright. Alright, GS. Thought you liked all the elves, to be honest. What's guy got to do to be a noteworthy moderator? Oh, the only higher moderator is, like, you can, like, delete my channel and delete my videos and stuff. That's messed up. I saw Harabic popped in. Went up to the Sea Fang. Yeah, Sea Fang's pretty chad compared to the spear. Alright, what do we got? Chameleon Skinks and Skink Skirmishers mixed on the front line. I'm going to put it at half speed so I have a second here. Then a bunch of Skink cohorts with Javelin, Skink cohorts regular, Mazdamundi, not Onslaught. Then we have bestowed on Rev Crystal, Closton Hunters, Star Chamber Guardians, another regular Riperdactyl, and a Saurus Scar Veteran with Justice Plaque of Dominion for the -8 leadership against demonic factions that can be pretty good. Mazda's Repinut with Apotheosis Heal and his Net of Amritok. On the other side, we see 3 Chaos Furies of Khorne. Everything's going to be of Khorne, so I'm going to skip that part. We have Minotaurs with great weapons, Marauders all over the place, some dual weapons, some not. We do have a Chaos Warrior with dual weapons as well. More Minotaurs. We have Karanak, the Bloodhound. He does have his summon. And then Valkyrie with Spear Slapner and Demon Shield. Nice. So the Furies are trying to fight the Chameleon Skinks and the Skink Skirmishers, who are just going to run away and fire backwards. Also, we have Dart Skinks firing up and over the top. And the Furies, very low leadership despite the buffs. Still going to cost them as they will fade away. And a nice net from Mazdamundi. I like that a lot. Chaos Furies are somewhere around the 600 gold point. I forget if they're 550 or 650 if it's a Chaos Fury Khorne, but they're somewhere in that area. And I mean, netting them and taking them out, that's essentially a 600 gold net that just went off, and that is super worth it, so. Good use of that spell. Sometimes people, myself included, over-focus on nets as sniping out the enemy lord or caster or something like that, but you can just throw out a quick net and kill off a whole unit. Like, it's 9 Winds of Magic to just flat-out kill a Chaos Fury, so that's pretty good. Bound Banishment on the Marauders as they charge in. Decent little poke damage for the bound spells. Now, this is an entirely Skink frontline. There's no Saurus to be found here. Skinks have been nerfed several times, mostly in their cost department, but the Marauders of Khorne should chew through them easily enough and get a lot of kills for the army passive. Lizardmen not going to want to let that frontline fight happen without consequence, but it comes to Ruination of Cities. How is the RNG? Not amazing. One of them even went and hit a Skink cohort. Then Valky's going to take out another one with a beautiful spear. Khorne's off to the races. Karanak's even deep diving the backline just to get Mazdamundi silenced. He doesn't want any more spells getting cast from that guy. No Shield the Old Ones, no Cold-Blooded, no Apotheosis. Until Karanak is dealt with. Karanak even summons a Fleshhound summon. But we do have the Star Chamber Guardians nearby. They will do a lot of damage to Karanak. And then, oof, even the Closton Hunter is going to dive in here. The poor Hound of Khorne, trapped in a bunch of flapping wings. I can barely even find his model in there. But he continues to silence Mazdamundi, and it looks like they're still getting some hits in. Elsewhere, Khorne is doing very well. They're crushing through the front line, even going to rear charge the Star Chamber Guardians with some Minotaurs. So as long as Mazda's not contributing to the fight, that is a huge plus for Khorne. Though we do have some Chaos Warriors with dual weapons that were left behind. They are running forward now, but hopefully they get to the battle in time. Mazda is getting away from Karanak, so we can actually cast spells again. I suppose he can cast abilities, it looks like, because he cast Cold-Blooded while still in the aura, but can't cast any spells. So now he can, and Karanak's going to want to get his way out of here to get back over there. Meanwhile, Minotaurs in this fight are getting massacred. Riperdactyl Riders, the Clost Hunters have anti-large, of course, but they are fighting on top of the Star Chamber Guardians, which is clearly going very bad for them. Star Chamber Guardians already up to 1500 Valiant. We are 3 minutes into this game. They are demolishing these large units. Both those Minotaurs taken out already. Bounce power all of a sudden shifts heavily into Lizardmen's favor, and I definitely agree, as Karanak's not looking too good. If the Saurus Scar Veteran could throw a Plaque of Dominion down on him, that might actually get him Demonic Instability Crumble, but the Star Chamber Guardians have just got to be the heroes of this game so far. Protecting Mazda and then just shredding Karanak and the double Minotaurs is so brutal. Hound of Khorne gets away for now. We still have some Chaos Warriors with dual weapons. We still have a healthy Valkia, but Mazda is starting to heal himself up. Karanak's about to die, and Khorne took a lot of damage. Really, the only hope for Khorne now is to snipe out the enemy lords, so Valky is going for Mazda Mundi. If you take out the magic and the leadership, like maybe, possibly, potentially, you turn this around. There is a Prey of the Blood God, Net, and Spirit Leech combo. Karenak's back in range, silencing Mazda once again, but Demonic Instability will take him out as the Colossus Hunters tear him limb from limb. He is gone. Mazda is free once more. And the Star Chamber Guardian is still half HP with a Rev Crystal. Do need to come over here and protect Mazda once more, but it looks like the Skinks and Ripperdoc Riders are plenty on top of that, putting themselves between Valkia and the Big Toad. Mazda's under such little threat, he even throws an Apotheosis and a Rev Crystal down on the Colossus Hunters, not worried about himself at all, as he just buffs up his troops to take care of Valkia. Khorne's balance power is held up by this full health Chaos Warrior with dual weapons. Everything else is so tattered it doesn't matter. Valkia is currently surrounded. Even netted in place, that's how little Mazda wants to deal with her as he just glides away. Jep, you can always pause the stream and come back. GS wants the extra moderator role that can get rid of my content. That does not seem wise to give to anybody besides me. Just me. Star Chamber Guardians at a classy 1999. Refusing to break into the 2000s territory. Both Ripperdactyls did very well. For Siegfeld, scanning through. Looks like he just fell prey to Khorne syndrome. Marauders of Khorne are still, like, trash. I don't know why they suck so bad. Chaos Warriors are okay. Rest in peace, Khorne. Sorry. Hayseed versus Infinite Cobweb? Cobweb. That's fine. I warn you. This is Conquest. Brace yourselves. Prepare your eyes for evils not yet seen in this world. Conquest mode. My God, it's so different. Unprecedented in our times. We get our first natural Nurgle in a long while. I haven't seen Nurgle outside of, like, Demons of Chaos units or Warriors of Chaos or Beastmen, where they just take Pestigors, but, like, the real Nurgle faction. We have some Pestigors in the Vanguard mixed in with Chaos Furies of Nurgle. For a main line, we have Marauders, Plague Bears, and some Chaos Furies. We do have the double Exalted Hero. Very classic combo for Nurgle before the DLC. And Rancid Visitations, Stream of Corruption. Solid stuff from the Sorcerer Lord. Relying on Fecundity for any healing I see. On the other side, for Kislev, we have Griffin Legion, some Horse Archers, a little Grom, Kossar Spears, and then a bunch of Zargard. 4 Zargard with great weapons, a Patriarch for some healing, an Ice Witch of Ice with Heart of Winter, which I haven't seen in a long time, and then Frostblades. A little untraditional of a Kislevite build. We'll see how well the Zargard can do, while Furies try and dive on Little Grom. Unfortunately for the Furies, Little Grom is a small, teeny tiny little single entity, and Furies are terrible at attacking him. You can see they just pile up, but only a couple of the Furies are actually making content, so they are going to die rather quickly. On the far side, Griffin Legion take a bit of a charge, but the Chaos Furies countercharge them. With Pestigors nearby as well, the Griffin Legion decided to just run away. Poison slowing them down a little bit, but they should be able to get to safety because the Chaos Furies don't exactly have the best DPS when they're of Nurgle. Slaanesh with their armor piercing or Khorne with their higher weapon strength might be a little more imposing, but Chaos Furies and Nurgle, not a big problem for the Griffin Legion. Zargard find Pestigors. While the Pestigors are some of the best infantry for their cost in the game right now, they are no match for Zargard, who cost almost twice as much. The elite guard of Kislev will quickly cleave through those Pestigors. So we have 2 bears charging downhill into some poor Marauders. Marauders don't know what's coming for them as those bears eat them alive. And other Zargard catch out these other Marauders. Now, the armor piercing of the Zargard will be a little wasted versus Marauders and Nurgle, but you can see that the damage surely is not, as already those Marauders have lost almost half their HP on the charge from the Zargard. Griffin Legion taking out a Marauder of Nurgle and fighting valiantly against Chaos Furies, but they seem to be in over their head, taking a lot of damage. They still have a decent number of models. They really need to swing over towards the Patriarch and get some of that healing that they brought with them. Zargard chasing off Pestigor, but they need to turn around and get back into the main fight as Pestigors find their way onto Kossar Spears, and Little Grom is also a little caught up. So a lot of the Kislevite shooting is going to be shut down. Their front line is prevailing massively. The Zargard are doing a fantastic job. And it looks like we have a good group up for maybe a Patriarch heal here or something. He might want to do a preemptive heal just for his Lord's sake, but also the Zargard could use it. Not that they're low, but you could keep them nice and topped off. These Zargard returning to the fight now, trying to recharge his Pestigors, but it might be too late for the Kossars with Spears. We will see as Little Grom escapes to safety. Flag Bearers were cleaved instantly, and this Chaos Sorcerer Lord is not giving up. Fighting the Patriarch and the Ice Witch on top of her own Zargard support is very, very risky. I think they'll probably want to avoid doing that. There's a Frostblades out. Magical attacks versus Pestigors. Pestigors don't rely on physical resistance, so this does just give them more melee attack and weapon strength, I suppose. But the Hero Hammer trying to snipe out the Ice Witch of Ice on her bear. She is a big target, and they're finding a lot of hits onto her. They could use a heal from the Patriarch. He has 2 uses of the aura left. I have no idea when he used the last one, so I'm not sure if it's off cooldown or not. As the Kossars defend themselves against Chaos Furies and Nurgle, and the rear charge from the Zargard seems to be going quite well for them. Kislev is holding steady in this fight. Steady is the exact word I would use, though. Bounce power is 50-50 on the nose. Anyone else aware of the Conquest bug? The one where if you take the point, it slows you down massively? Allegedly, that's only in quick battles, I've been told. But yes, it is very annoying. Because I like Conquest quick battles, and I don't like when my game slows to a fucking crawl for no reason. CA has been made aware of that bug, though, if you care. Patriarch and the Ice Witch are getting beat up pretty badly, but they do get out a big Heart of Winter Overcast onto a full health Pestigor and onto a Chaos Fury of Nurgle. Now, if you don't remember Heart of Winter, because it's been out of the meta for a while, it is a very potent blob punishment spell like this. Does a lot of damage. The main problem with the Heart of Winter is just that it's easy to dodge, costs a lot of Winds of Magic, and the meta hasn't been about infantry for a while. But when it catches infantry, it will do very good damage, as we just saw. What else does good damage is Rancid Visitations, straight up killing the Ice Witch and leaving Kislev without a leader as the Patriarch gets pushed off. He has one more use of Salix Lullaby, but it's definitely on cooldown. Now, Little Grom is trying to at least make Nurgle pay for it. Firing at point-blank range into them with that big cannon has punished the Exalted Hero quite a lot. But Kislev is now falling behind in the balance of power, and I am inclined to agree. These Exalted Heroes pile on to Little Grom, get a lot of damage out onto him, and push him off. Zargard are starting to falter around the map. It's just looking a bit bleak. Kislev's single target damage not quite there for this build. I demand Human Boy gives you a happy birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Didn't know it was your birthday, or would have given you a happy birthday on Discord as well. You might be like, well, do it now. I am in the middle of the game, but you know what? For you, sure. I'll find Booge. Booge. Happy birthday. Boom. Done. Alright, we're back at it. Fire Blood getting popped on some people. Patriarch's coming back for one last heal. It looks like he wants to use it on all the Zargard, I imagine. Use your last heal. Use it. As the Zargard are about to break, Fire Blood keeps him in the fight for now, but Patriarch takes a rear shot. He is going to army loss with the rest of his army as a Fecundity heals up Nurgle. GG, Kislev loses. Why is there any other kind of ice switch than of ice? If I want a fucking Bright Wizard, I don't expect to have the Lore of Death. Where's Nardu when you need some Nurgles? No! Yeah. Also, that wasn't too grindy. Zargard do a lot of damage very quickly. They're super expensive, so I don't think they're overpowered, but yeah, they definitely don't make it a slow game. Zargard sword and shield might, but not great weapons. Great weapons are just stacked with stats. The Exalted Hero Hammer of Nurgle doing fantastic damage for Hayseed. Honestly, the rest of his army did okay or poorly. But there is a reason before the DLC that this was like the only Nurgle build you ever saw was double Exalted Hero and the Chaos Orso Lord of Nurgle. It's very solid, can do a lot of work. I liked the creative Kislev build. It was cool, and it held up for a bit. Little Grom, unfortunately. After his nerfs, I don't think Little Grom has been particularly fantastic. Release the noobs? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I take no responsibility for this. I, for once, have outpaced the tournament as far as replays go. Oh! One just came in. Alright, nice. I have something to do. Besides go play quick battle, which has not been ending well for me recently. It's either laggy, takes me forever to find one, or the other person... Alright, I got in trouble for being toxic last stream, so the other person is not nice to me. There, I said it. Jepalu versus 1,001 airstrikes. Grand Cathay. Oh. Human Boy's a premature caster. That's not the only thing that's premature around here. Explain that one to your kids. Okay, for Grand Cathay, we have an octagon formation. Jade Warrior Halberds, Jade Warriors, and Peasant Longspears. We have one cannon, a Sky Junk, the Dune Dragons, Celestial Dragon ROR. Definitely don't see a lot of those guys. Then some Iron Hill Gunners, Jade Warrior Crossmen, a single Onyx Crowman, and it's the Empress Crowman, with Dragon Shugen, Lord of Yin, Ancestor Warriors, and Storm of Shadows. On the other side for the Tomb Kings, we have Cetra, the Imperishable, up on his kitty cat. Does not want to fuck around with those cannons too much. Not at all, but he does have Incantation Protection and Vengeance. We have two melee Ushapti, another Kemrian War Sphinx, the Kepler Guard, Sprokro Stalker, a couple Nehekar Horsemen here and there, and then a bunch of Skeleton Spearmen and Warriors. You mean with the White Line camping Thunderbarge Dwarves? No. No, different one. Different one that I got yelled at for, so I won't bring it up anymore, but different. Sky Junk in range of the Kepler Guard. Starting to fire in now along with the cannon. That was a pentagon at best? Alright, dude. Alright. 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 side, 5 side, 6 side, 7 side, 8 side. Get shit on. It's an octagon. Oh yeah, how's Scrag? Scrag's chilling. He's fine. He loves the Thunderbarge and he loves corner camping dwarves. Is this another 9 cannons versus 2 kitties that like Lich had earlier? Hey, we had that on our stream last night. I think you might have been casting that replay. If it was between Pigman and Captain Telas. Tomb Kings have been moving up. They are soon to be in range. And while the Kepler Guard have suffered a lot of damage, if the kitty cats don't die to Iron Hill Gunners immediately, they can get in there and cause a lot of disruption. We will see. Iron Hill Gunners and Jade Warrior Crossbows starting to get a couple shots off onto the advancing Skeleton Warriors. There's that Usurians and Kiddish to Vengeance, but the Iron Hills are going to start shooting at Cetra, who is dodging a lot. 40% physical resistance, trying to keep him safe. And there we go. The Kitty Cat is in the back line. Needs to cause as much disruption as possible. It can't stay and fight anywhere, really. Needs to keep moving, needs to keep things going. It's got to disrupt those Iron Hail Gunners or it'll die very quickly. Etc. is in there doing a lot of damage to Iron Hail Gunners, shutting them down. Ancestral Warrior Summon is out. It should kill the Ushabti actually rather easily, but they're armor-piercing, anti-large, and they're slow. The Ushabti don't really stand much of a chance. The Jade Warrior frontline will never lose to these skeletons, so the frontline will be kind of a lost cause for both sides. But the disruption is going very, very well. Iron Hails and crossbows having a hard time finding a place to really stop and shoot. We have Nehekar Horsemen waiting on the outside of the box. They need to make sure to pressure anything that leaves. They need to run it down and shatter it off. Well, the Sporkle Stalkers get in range of the Sky Junk. They'll do really good damage to that thing. And the Sky Junk is very expensive, so that is a good value trade to get back on your side. Meanwhile, the Dune Dragons and the Ancestral Warriors being near the Kitty Cats gives me a bit of nerves. We'll see how much that ends up mattering in the end. The Onyx Chrome is going to run out and get involved a little bit, but Usurian's Incantation of Vengeance, somehow a skeletal hand on the ground does a lot of damage to them as well, so we'll see how much that really matters. As Jade Warrior crossbows start to fire back, the Sporkle Stalkers have almost killed the Sky Junk. The double Khemrian War Sphinxes now trying to rout off that front line a little bit. And there go the Nehekar Horsemen swooping up the Iron Hail Gunners as soon as they leave the formation. That is fantastic. That is one of the key parts of breaking apart a box, is making sure to punish anything you actually get to rout. Because if you let it rally and shoot you in the back, then that's just going to be really brutal. Ushabti Summon is out, throwing it just down in the middle of the box where you need some more troops, etc. Gets locked up in the Dune Dragons for a little bit, decides to leave. That is a good decision. I like that decision. The Sporkle Stalkers get the Sky Junk to rout. One more volley will kill it off entirely. And now the Harmony for the box is not nearly as guaranteed. As more and more range units get peeled off, the Harmony will start fading away for these Peasant Long Spears and whatnot. Someone has to take the cannon out, not because the cannon itself is a big threat, but for that Harmony debuff again. The front line without Harmony is a lot more vulnerable. Sporkle Stalkers actually get a good shot down on the Dune Dragons. There's a second and final Ancestral Warrior Summon. Cetra runs away, which is smart. Now the only thing nearby is a fake Ushabti. It's just a summon. So if the Ancestral Warriors fight it, literally, who cares? Khemrian War Sphinx sideways Michael Jackson walking with a cannon stuck on him. Wonder how long that's going to last, but the Nehekar Horsemen still sweeping up anything they can. And Cetra's just avoiding the Ancestral Warriors for now. Tomb Kings are back in it on the balance of power. And especially considering there's an Ancestral Warrior summon that's fake. We have a half-health Ushabti that's also fake, but I think the Ancestral Warriors are more important. So really the balance power should actually favor the Tomb Kings more once those guys fade away. There's another Usurian's Incantation of Vengeance onto the expensive Dune Dragons, trying to just poke them down. And the front line of Grand Cathay is finally starting to buckle. Sporkle Stalkers sit on the back line with, what do they have, 2 volleys left? Yeah. A little shot on the Onyx Crowman. But Cathay is in deep shit now, because the Khemrian War Sphinxes are just going to cycle charge all this infantry to death, and anybody that routes gets swept up. Cetra's going to keep spamming Usurian's Incantation of Vengeance onto the expensive Halberds. He should be able to clean up shop that way. This Ancestral Warrior is not real anymore. Say goodbye, and the balance of power creeps into the Tomb King's favor even further. No wonder Human Boy as a YouTuber can't do basic shapes. Hey, I found 8 sides. Skeleton hand on the ground damages fires. That's it. That's my line. This game is too unrealistic. Oh, Menephus. Damn it, dude. I shouldn't have pointed out these things, otherwise you would have stayed a fan. Oof, that was a beautiful charge in from Cetra. I know I wasn't focusing on it, but in the background we just saw these Peasant Long Spears take like literally half their HP on the charge. Sporkle Stalkers out of ammo. I don't think it matters too much. There's one more Usurian's Incantation of Vengeance should seal this game up for the Tomb Kings. Cetra should have the Winds of Magic for it. I've seen him do a couple of the physical resist spells, but still, this is only a 9 Winds of Magic spell. You have to think he still has it at 7.5 minutes in the game. He's not out of Winds of Magic yet. So we'll wait for the ghostly hand to end this game. The Dune Dragons are actually going to try and catch Cetra. Get a couple hundred HP off of him before he manages to path away. Kitties haven't gotten playing so long, let them have their fun. I'm not complaining. When did I complain? Name one time I complained about anything ever. I am the most positive YouTuber there is. There it is, the ghost hand that I called over 5 minutes ago would end the game. Is Human Boy right again, or is Human Boy wrong for the first time in the history of mankind? 14 seconds left for the game to end. Will it do so? Oh, wow. Oh, geez. Oh, gosh, it did. Who could have predicted this? Oh, right, me. Why would you be hallucinating for pain? What did you do? What did you do, GS? Cetra got a lot of damage value out. He did great. Nekar Horseman swept up a ton of random things. Sporkle Stalkers is 2,500 value from shooting that giant balloon. And then elite units. The other Cameron War Sphinx also did very well. I have never complained about anything in my entire life. Ever. Dune Dragon's not working out, unfortunately. They're just a little too elite for being a slow halberd. Skyjunk did okay. Actually got okay value, despite how quickly it died to the Sporkle Stalkers. Cannon also did well. Iron Hail Gunners did their best. GG's. He watched a Conquest game. He watched a single Conquest game. Airstrikes versus Jip. All of our players are in round 3 out of 4. Do not panic, my friends. I recognize that game. We just cast that game. I'd know that game anywhere. Alright, I have no other replays. You have forced my hand. Ranked matchmaking. Domination's too long. I don't want to commit to something that long. And Conquest is bugged, so I guess we're just looking for land battles. Wisdom Tooth Surgery Monday. Not having fun. Damn, dude. Yeah, I remember having my wisdom teeth removed. All I ate was like ice cream and puff corn for 3 days. Puff corn was weird. It's like salty cotton candy is the easiest way I can describe it. It has a little more consistency, but you don't have to chew it. It literally just melts. Well, hopefully the surgery went well, and hopefully your, I guess just your mouth holes. I guess that's what they're called. Don't get infected. It's unlikely. Especially if you do what the dentists or the orthodontic surgeons told you to do. Holy! Is this because the Lord Master of Sotek is streaming? Is that why no one is online? I'm gonna pop in on the Lord Master's stream. Ew, he's playing campaign. Ew, gross. Oh god, get me out. Get me out. I don't want it. Not at all. Everything feels a tiny bit ephemeral. Damn. Well, take your medicine. Don't skip it again. We all know you're tough, but you got nothing to prove to anybody. You're a hero just the way you are. Let's do Chaos Dwarfs, fuck it. Yeah, why not? Vampire Coast versus Chaos Dwarfs. Okay. That's a pretty... Whoa! Okay, I was gonna say that's a pretty easy dub, but I guess this dude's just readying up on me. Alright, let's go fast. Burning Head. Skip. 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 Keep. Looks good. And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need 1, 2, and then 3. And then I need... Skip that. And then I need... 800. The fuck do I do with that? I don't know, I guess 2 of you. Whatever, it's fine. No one on Quick Battle gotta do Panzer models. Here's the thing. I would totally do another dating sim stream, because I thought that was super fun. The only thing I worry about is normies. Because I don't actually enjoy dating sims, but that was the funny part. The funny part was how hard I was cringing and the silly voices I did reading all the stuff. And it was fun to hang out with the stream. But I worry, like, normies will hop in and be like, oh, this is what he does now, or, oh, I don't like it, and, like, get all butthurt about someone having fun. But it was very fun. Dating Colonel Sanders was fucking lit. Where are the new players? Oh, I'm waiting for replays. I was casting too fast, Lucy, so we're just buying time with a quick battle. Hola, skinks. Nathan, how you doing? I tried watching Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. I got bored in the middle of episode 2, so I flipped over to watching Star Wars The Clone Wars, the 2008 series. Never watched it. I'm 2 episodes in. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I watch shows whenever I work out. So before this stream, I was doing a bit of that. What did I get? Yeah, I think 2.5 episodes is correct. I think. It's good. The voice acting's really good. The animation's like kind of shit, but it's fine. It's fine for TV and it's fine for 2008. I'm spoiled by anime. Whenever I watch anime, it's like, oh wow, this is incredible. Now, not all anime is incredible, but I just kind of watch what's generally agreed to be the best anime. So, like, Full Metal Alchemist was fucking lit. Avatar The Last Airbender was also dope, but that's Western animation. But if you look at the plot structure, it's pretty much anime. Andor's Peak Star Wars? Yeah, it's on my list. Will you play My Dating Sim, or you have to date yourself? Oh. Easy, of course, obviously. So here's our plan. Shoot the piss out of him. We're going to put all of our straight shot troops right on the front line. And then we're going to put our bow and arrow troops behind them so they fire up and over. And that is as close to a front line as we're going to get. I also have some goblins that I didn't realize don't have Vanguard. I was just going to Vanguard these guys behind him, so since they don't have Vanguard, I don't know what to do now. That's a little awkward. I guess I'll put them in line formation around here. We have 1 Kadai Fireborn just for a bit of Kadai Fireborning, and then some Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders. Yeah, we're just going to shoot them, guys. Disney made a Star Wars show that finally dethroned the Christmas special. Yeah, I have heard. So I love listening to media that just shits on other media, especially if the person who's doing it is comedic. I just like find that to be amazing, and I love it so much. So I listen to a guy named Sheev Talks, and he has criminally low subscribers for how good of content he makes, but it's just like constantly shitting on Star Wars stuff, and I love it. And I don't know, I watch a lot of super negative content. Like, I just enjoy it, like I said, especially if the person is like comedic. So yeah, while I have negative opinions of these shows, I will admit I haven't watched them, which for some people is disqualifying, but for me, I just say it is what it is. Also, you're about to make a big old mistake. Get his ass! Light him up! Oh, he's running. Get him! Get him! Ah, fuck you, piece of shit. Oh god, could I? No. Not like this. Not like this. No. We're dying. Oh, we're dying, Captain. Fuck your front line. Alright. If this big boy ain't gonna dodge, we'll make him dodge. Get his ass, blunderbusses! Hey, blunderbusses. I said get his ass. There we go. That ass is got. Oopsies, we're walking in. Oopsie poopsies. We're did a stupid. I did a stupid. Alright. You sneak in here and do some stuff. You guys also should probably move forward, I suppose. And you're just doing fine. You're doing okay. Okay, so we do have archers shooting at that there cannon thing. I'm gonna charge the handgun mob. You need to separate out a little bit, go on a flank for a second, while these guys focus up on the front line. One of us start to fall back now. The hobgoblins are here, so they can actually hold down the front line a little bit. You guys need to sneak over there into the deck gunners. While these guys sneak on down here into these guys. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I really want these two to blob up so I can get one nice burning head onto them. That would be ideal for me. As these guys need to fall back. That bomber's not really giving up. Don't love that. You guys nice and clustered? What's an overcasted burning head cost these days? What's an overcasted burning head cost these days? 16! I don't think we can wait for 16. We're just gonna have to go for it. Whoop. Alright. So that's going okay. We're killing lots of stuff. That's going okay. I mean, even undercasted burning head did fine, if you ask me. Yeah, that went alright. Alright. Some people might say I should focus on the deck gunners. Some people would be wrong. I'm right. I'm not going to focus on the deck gunners. I'm going to let them do whatever the fuck they want to do.
But why wouldn't you kill the deck gunners, human boy? Why? Explain yourself to us.
I shouldn't have to explain myself to you. You should just accept what I say as your God King Emperor. But also, because I didn't feel like it. Now I do feel like it. Because I realize we're not as ahead as I feel. I feel very ahead. I feel great about how this game is going, but I guess it's not going that great, so I guess we'll focus up, but I feel like we're doing awesome. I can't dodge those on foot, can I? Oh, there's a rotting Leviathan is artificially inflating the shit out of this balance of power. Okay. Got it. So the poop gunners are dead. Say goodbye to the deck gunners. That is a real deckhands mob, so I'll fight it for now. Mostly that I can just do this. If that curves into me, I swear to God. Back up just in case it does. Is that a summon? Oh, that's a summon we're shooting at. Alright, don't shoot at it anymore. That's a pistol summon. It's not real. Burning Head took that out. So let's all fire back at him. Okay, anybody that is a blunderbuss, shoot the crab. Except for you, who's not in range, and you, who's not in range. Anybody who is an archer, shoot the real handgunner. Don't shoot the summon. Fuck the summon. Why aren't you shooting Noctilus? Because Noctilus isn't actually a problem.
You say that now, but then he's gonna be a problem, and you're gonna be all mad and shit.
Well, then that'll be my fault. But until then, I'm telling you, it's not a problem. Another blunderbuss, aiming for that while you guys charge into the handgunners, and Noctilus takes a couple more shots from... Well, actually, Noctilus gives a couple shots from... Oh, you're trying to heal him while he's on fire? How's that working out for you? How's it gonna go? Where is he gonna go? Where are you gonna hide him? You can't hide shit! He's a giant fucking crab monster! Where are you going? Don't forest camp me again, dude. Come on. I just want to play one quick battle where I don't get fucking forest camped. That's so much to ask. Oh, I got knocked off my feet. Alright. Oh, that summon's also going straight into the Burning Head. That's a summon. Yeah, and he's going back to the forest, and I got yelled at for saying nasty things about the last person who played quick battle and camped in the forest, but also stop fucking camping in forests. It won't save you! Nothing will save you, I'll just shoot your dumb ass in the forest! And it'll just take forever. Also, why is balance of power so fraudulent, dude? This is upsetting how wrong it is about what's occurring here. Sheev is fantastic. I'm sub to him too. Hell yeah, dude. He's pretty great. I just need my halberds to shoot that thing while it's getting some heals, so that it starts on fire. I'm trying to spread out so he can't just, like, kite me around forever. Alright, I gotta get in range for Burning Head. Dude, I seriously, like, not a joke, I have played maybe 2 fun quick battles in my entire Warhammer career. I don't know why quick battles are so fucking toxic. People just suck ass. I don't know why people are allergic to fun. That's it. It's official. Shane Hoogie, you're on my shit list. You're a turd and I hate you. I'm gonna get more angry DMs saying I shouldn't say that about people, but also people shouldn't be fucking dicks all the time. Alright. I won. This guy's an asshole. Goodbye. I mean, my build worked as intended, and for all intents and purposes, we won the game. I just knew the Vampire Coast doesn't have a good front line, so I could just shoot their front line with my blunderbusses, and the archers could help me clean up afterwards. Like, it all worked fine, and then he just draw-kited me like a little bitch. And another shitty replay. No, sorry, not a replay. Another shitty quick battle down in the books. Oh, I don't know why people are such toxic people. Fuck them. Greyheart. And Jep. TY. TY. Was that a quick battle? Yeah, it was a quick battle. Quick battles are always such a horrible experience. They are. I am 150% for Conquest mode for quick battles. The only reason I wasn't playing Conquest mode there is because of the bug. 1001 airstrikes versus Corvus Glaive. If the bug wasn't there, I wouldn't even queue land battles. I'd just queue Conquest. Because land battle quick battles, I have, like I've said during that, I have like never had a good experience with quick battles because like everyone I run into is a little bitch. Like they forest camp or they draw a kite or they hard blob in a corner and it's just like, oh, okay, I guess we're not having fun today. All right. We have more Khorne, always more Khorne. Grand Cathay making a bit of a resurgence recently. For Cathay, we have 2 Celestial Dragon Crossmen, the Dune Dragons again, Iron Hail Gunners, a Yin Lord, a Sky Junk, and then a Quadrahedron. Trapezoid? That's kind of a trapezoid. Anyway, Jade Warriors, Peasant Long Spears, the Emperor's Croman. On the other side for Khorne, we have triple Skirmish Cav, all of them Marauder Horse and Throwing Axes, the only Skirmish Cav Khorne has. Wild Celestial Dragon Guard, a rare sight. Because you're paying a lot for very slow stat sticks that usually Grand Cathay games end up being you have a late game blob of infantry that can either get cycle charged or it can't, and you win or lose on that concept, which the Dune Dragons don't really add to that. They either can get cycle charged or they can't. Anyway, for Khorne, we have an Exalted Bloodthirster who gets Storm of Shadows right in front of 2 Iron Hail Gunners and takes an obscene amount of damage from that. Bloodtrine of Khorne, Marauders, we have some Bloodletters here and there. More Bloodletters and Dogs and Furies on the flank, but the Iron Hail Gunners are ripping apart this poor Lord of Khorne. Exalted Bloodthirster chucks out Deathbringer, but one more Vol, the Iron Hail Gunners should take him out for good. Yeah, he is doomed. At this point, Demonic Disability will take him out regardless. And Khorne has lost its leadership very early on. Bloodtrine of Khorne also about to die. Minotaur is going to rout as soon as the Bloodthirster officially falls off the map. And 2 minutes in, Grand Cathay just deletes Khorne from the face of the earth. Oh shit, it's a Cathay dodecahedron. Alright, Marauders of Khorne are getting trashed on. Skyjunk's going to fire at this little blob, and Army Losses is coming in super fast. And we're going to have a sub 3-minute game, methinks. As I check on the bracket, because Hayseed's spouting some nonsense. GG's, everyone, he says, as if the tournament's over. It's not over. It's never over! Minotaurs charge in, just to charge back out, and Army Losses hits for everybody. As Grand Cathay takes another W. Grand Cathay be looking pretty strong. Some people had tournament questions. The Heathens. Iron Hail Gunners where it's at. 3,000 value between them. Actually, almost 3,000 value from the Celestial Dragon crossbows as well. So 6,000 value among these 4 ranged units. That is half the enemy army in 3 minutes. Insane DPS from Grand Cathay's ranged units. It's the way to be. It's the way to be. We have Siegfalt on the Wood Elves versus Donald. The Vampire counts. Cringe Cathay box build. The players have bans. It's not my fault. They have bans. They can use the bans or whatever they want. I think each player has 2 global bans. So four factions are getting taken out before the game starts. Oh, we got a Vanguard. All right, slow motion for a second. So for Donald and the Vampire counts, we have a front line of Crypt Ghouls. Do not see that a lot. Crypt Horrors, Blood Knights, and Black Knights with Lances and Bardic backing them up, with a Blood Dragon Lord in the sky with Invocation Hack and a Zombie Summon, and then Dire Wolves and Fell Bats all around the sides. On the other side for the Wood Elves, we have Deepwood Scouts with Shiver Shards, 3 of them. Ariel with Tempest and Apotheosis. Eternal Guard, Dryads. We have the Wild Hunters of Khorne, plus a Great Stag Knight, plus the Glade Lord with his Helm of Discord. So we have double Helm of Discord. The Blood Dragon Lord. Ooh, he didn't take his. Sad. We could have had a Helm of Discord face-off, but the Glade Lord has one. As Black Knights, Lances, and Barding going to charge in. Looks like the Dragon's going to try and break that charge. And the Helm of Discord lowers their stats down to 6 and 4. Not great for the Black Knights, but the Blood Knights joining in will have a much better time, especially since they're getting the charge on the Wood Elves. The only benefit for the Wood Elves is they're fighting in the trees, which all Wood Elf units have Woodsmen. It makes them immune to the debuffs of fighting in a forest for large units. Meanwhile, the box is under siege. Now, it wasn't much of a box. There's big open sides to it as the Wood Elves try and fend these guys off on their own. Ariel's trying to get rid of the Dire Wolves over here while the other one's getting into Deepwood Scouts. Dryad frontline holding for now, doing good damage to the Crypt Ghouls, but the Crypt Horrors might be another problem. Great Stag Knights, the Wild Hunters of Khorne, getting away from this blob fight after getting a really good first engagement. The Black Knights with Lances and Barding just held on long enough for the Blood Knights to get here. Now the Wood Elves are on the run, and their defensive formation is in shambles. Now, like I said, the front line went great for them. They killed the Crypt Ghouls super easily, because Crypt Ghouls were almost on my top 5 worst units list, but I thought the Skinks were worse, so I put Red Crested Skinks on there, because Red Crested Skinks are still terrible. The Crypt Ghouls, still very bad. Still very, very bad. And they get whooped on. Blood Dragon Lord is in here. Somehow the bounce power is 50-50, even though I feel like the Wood Elves are having a whale of a time. I feel like they're just living their best life. As now, this might be dangerous for the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Blade Lord closing in, as are all these elite cavalry, but can the Blood Knights make the most of this? The Blood Knights need to find a way in here and get a countercharge onto this area, as a Tempest is going to start hurting the Blood Dragon Lord on the ground, slowing him even if he wanted to get away as he gets shot by Deepwood Scouts with Shifter Shards. These Blood Knights have to get engaged. It looks like they are not being microed right now. They were busy doing something else. I don't know what could be more important than bailing out the Blood Dragon Lord, though. Now the Crypt Horrors are going to try and do it, along with some of the Black Knights with Lances and Barding, but the Blood Knights are busy running down some wounded-ass archers. Don't know if that is really their biggest concern. These are the Vampire counts we're talking about. Of course, they can heal up that Blood Dragon Lord if he just gets away to safety for a little bit. And other Black Knights found their way onto the Deepwood Scouts, cutting off that extra Wood Elf support, making sure that they're not going to be poking down the Blood Dragon Lord for too much longer. But the Blood Knights still on a bit of a hiatus, really not engaging in the battle that counts. I am worried they're being a bit too passive. Helm Discord mods just kind of makes everyone uncomfortable until they leave. That should be a big breath attack in from the Blood Dragon Lord onto the Eternal Guard. Beautiful shot. I like that. The Eternal Guard were very plumped up, aiming at them instead of these Knights. Makes a lot of sense. Then you can push them off, and now the Wood Elves have to fight with very little infantry support. But in comes a counter breath attack from the Glade Lord. Good damage on the Black Knights. Not the Blood Knights, though. Blood Knights are still full HP off in the distance. This is anyone's game. Wood Elves are currently up on the balance of power, but Vampire counts always benefit from a long, slow game with their abundance of healing. What is the Blood Dragon Lord going to do? Wild Hunters of Khorne finish off one of the Black Knights. Ariel's a lot of balance of power. She's not actually that great of a combatant. So that is a little fraudulent. The Great Stag Knights can get some healing. They can do a lot of work, but I don't think... Even this 2v1, I don't think they want to fight the Blood Knights. The Blood Knights might lose that, but they'll do a lot of damage to you guys. And then if you just get left with 2 single entities versus the rest of Vampire Count's army, you're going to lose. Blood Dragon Lord tries to land in onto Ariel, gets turned around, then has to retreat. But the Glade Lord gets wrapped up in Blood Knights. Apotheos is trying to heal him up ahead of time, and in comes the charge from the Great Stag Knights and the Wild Hunters of Khorne. I think the Blood Knights needed to do a bit of groundwork before charging into this blob fight. I think they probably wanted to kill off the Wood Elf Cavalry before letting them charge in like that. Now, with Helm of Discord down, these guys are taking a rear charge in. That's going to be pretty brutal, but ooh, nice zombie summon. Just to muck down the cavalry of the Wood Elves and force them to be uncomfortable. We do have Deepwood Scouts rallying on the high ground. We have infantry for the Wood Elves. They're going to come back to the fight. For the Vampire Counts, their only infantry now is a summon, because that Crypt Ghoul is so dead I don't even count it at this point. So now the shoe is on the other foot. The Wood Elves have the infantry support. There go the Great Stag Knights terrorizing away. Wild Hunters of Khorne might join them soon as they're trying to back off. I won't stand for this aerial blasphemy. I will sit now. I like it, KV. I like it. Also, KV, did you see how the first fight occurred in the woods and I didn't make a fuss? Just for you, buddy. Just for you. Blood Dragon Lord has been healing up slowly. His healing cap's not even in sight yet, so he actually does still have a lot of healing he can give himself. The Wild Hunters of Khorne are starting to fall back still. We still have a very healthy Blood Knight. We still have 2 Crypt Horrors who have been healing up with their regeneration. No idea where their healing caps are at. But that is something. It is a Tempest getting cast on the Blood Dragon Lord. That will surely bring his heal cap into sight. There it is. We don't even know if he'll reach it, though, as the Blade Lord is currently trying to mess this fool up. Blood Knights are poking him in the back, though, and when his Helm of Discord isn't up, he is actually rather vulnerable to these guys. Blood Knights have pretty strong weapon strength and bonus versus large. Crypt Horrors in the back, their heal cap is very close, and they are taking a lot of damage from fighting these Dryads and Deepwood Scouts and stuff, but it looks like they should be able to rout all those Wood Elf units just because the Wood Elves are so tattered that the undead Crypt Horrors won't break, and that's really all they need. Wild Hunters are trying to charge back in, but another clutch zombie summon? No, it's the original zombie summon. It just wandered out and caught them. The Glade Lord looks like he's going to rout. Now he's auto-pathing to try and get to safety. As I said, the Crypt Horror looks like he'll be able to rout all of these Wood Elves, especially with the Blood Dragon Lord landing on them. It might cost the Crypt Horrors their lives, but we'll see. As the Glade Lord, he just got Berry Wine, didn't he? I think he did. Yeah, he's fresh. He got Berry Wine. And then Apotheosis for the Wild Hunters of Khorne. Ariel throwing out as much healing as she can to try and keep this game alive. She has a couple more Tempests right now, while the Blood Dragon Lord doesn't seem to have healing up. That could be pretty huge, but she's going to go in for a charge. Blood Dragon Lord probably doesn't want this fight. He's a way better combatant, but he's just so low. Yeah, he is going to get side charged. Where is a Tempest? You need a Tempest, lady. I understand if you're out of Winds of Magic, though. I mean, you did just cast Apotheosis on the Wild Hunters of Khorne, but Blood Dragon Lord gets into this guy. Glade Lord is trying to get to safety. The Blood Dragon Lord is closing in on him. 90 speed versus 81. This guy should be able to get away, but there's Blood Knights on the ground underneath him. Only 70 speed for them, so this guy should be able to get a lot of distance, then turn around and smoke this fool. He's out of range now. He should actually rally. Like, there's nothing in his circle. There he goes. He's fine. Alright. Blood Dragon Lord all of a sudden decides this is a bad idea and starts running away, but this guy has fire at will, and he can shoot at the Blood Dragon Lord as he's chasing him down. How many breath attacks do we have? We have 2. 2 breath attacks on a full health Blood Knight could be huge. We'll just have to make sure the Glade Lord uses them while the Blood Dragon Lord still tries to run for his life. And he is going to land on Ariel. Glade Lord should not follow. Not yet. He needs to use a breath attack. Blood Dragon Lord takes a lot of damage. He's down to less than 1,000. He hasn't used a heal in a very long time. There's the breath attack that will seal his fate. And he goes down. Crypt Horror's pretty low. Now with their Lord dead, no more healing, no more zombies, obviously, but also the leadership dip means they're going to crumble a lot easier. So these Black Knights and these Crypt Horrors are doomed, but the Blood Knights are still very healthy. There's another full health Crypt Horror running around. And the Wild Hunters of Khorne are a spent force. They dive in for one final heroic charge, but they are going to shatter after this one. Glade Lord is also heal capped, so Ariel can't help him even if she wanted to. And there, the Helm of Discord has faded away. Wild Hunters to Kurnos route, they don't actually shatter. Eternal Guard can join the fight, poking and prodding where they can. The Blood Knight's heal cap is in sight. They do have a bit of healing from the Hunger, though it's not really about the healing at this point. It's more about damage, as they take the Glade Lord. 1,000 of his 3,000 HP is taken away. Cryptor's still trying to fight, but it looks like the Wood Elf single entities for now are actually doing a lot of damage as the Wild Hunters to Kurnos rally for one last rear charge. Blood Dragon Lord still... Not Blood Dragon Lord. The Wood Elf version of that. The Glade Lord's still fighting. He's lost 500 more health. He's officially at 2,000. Sinking lower, loses another 500. But the Eternal Guard getting a lot of damage off. The Blood Knights probably need to pull away and refresh their charge bonus. They have Cryptors that can hold in the fight. The Blood Knights don't have to stay here. As the Glade Lord loses another 500 HP. He's down to 1,000. He's about to rout, but the Wild Hunters Kurnos are back in after getting a little bit of an Apotheosis heal. Victory is in the Wood Elf's grasp. It looks like the Blood Knights have faded away entirely. It's just a full health Cryptor fighting. This guy doesn't count. He's so low. The Glade Lord stabilized at 1,000 HP. Bounce power is going into Army Losses territory. It looks like the Cryptors will lose. They can't beat Aerial. They can't beat all these spears. That is GG. The Wood Elves bring it back. A very swingy game. Your wife lives in a tree? I think she lives in that same house I do. What the heck? Aerial with a crisp 1,600 value. 2,200-ish for the Glade Lord. Dryads did fantastically. So did the Eternal Guard. So did the Deepwood Scouts. Wow, and the Cavalry. Everything for the Wood Elves got a ton of value. Shows how much healing Donald must have been pumping out to get that much value on everything in such a close game. Oh, 4,300 value for his Blood Knights. That's insane. Cryptors also did fantastically. His Dogs had good value. His Black Knights had good value. GG. Thanks, Contrarian Codex. Hope you're doing well. Gray has sent me yet another replay. Jepalu sent me another replay. My cat has joined the stream. Hi, cat. Alright. Okay. So there's 2 games left before there needs to be a winner, huh? In the actual tournament. Not Mirrors of Madness. Who cares about Mirrors of Madness? Alright. So you're not sitting there wondering what the hell I'm looking at? I'm going to take you with me. So Jepadu with a perfect 4-0. Can anybody else 4-0? Fireball Phoenix lost round 1 to Jep. How's Hayseed doing? 1-1. Lost Infinite Coward. So he also can't perfect bracket. Greyheart? He had a bye round. Oh, but he lost to Jep. And that accounts for everybody. So Jep wins. Doesn't matter who wins these. Fireball could win and go 3. But he already lost to Jep. Hayseed could win and go 3. But he already lost to Infinite. Airstrikes had 2 bye rounds. So his thing's going to be a little fucked up. But Hayseed actually, it has the bye round. So Hayseed gets another point, actually. I swapped them. So Hayseed ends at 3. But he doesn't end at 4. Which is my point. Donald and Infinite Kevib. Neither can catch up to Jep. So Jep wins. There will be no tiebreakers tonight. Congratulations, Mr. Jep. Dun 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 dun. Heads up. Congrats to Jep for the only perfect run tonight. Best anyone else can do at this moment is 3-1. Wait, is Airstrikes yelling at me? Why is Airstrikes yelling at me? What did I do? Airstrikes, what did I do? Okay, he lost the Jep. Good. So Airstrikes isn't messaging me saying, actually, I never lost. You're just a dumb bitch. Have you played Stormgate yet? I have not, and I don't have any plans to as of right now. Is there a reason that I should? Is there any reason that I should be doing that? Is it bad? You're gonna tell me it's bad. Okay. Cool. So we're just gonna cast games that look like fun. I think I've already cast a game from everybody, so now I'm not obligated to do anything. We've cast a lot of Cathay tonight. But we haven't cast a lot of Airstrikes tonight. So we might have to do it. We might have to check out that Airstrikes game. There's Hayseed's beloved Kolek. Against, whoa, triple War Sled. Damn, son. And then a Torox build. And then whatever this is. And then whatever this is. Alright, we're casting them all. Lock in, brothers. We're casting all of these. Anticity is into Stormgate? Oh. Oh. Well, if Anticity's into it, I want nothing to do with this. You can't make me! Alright. We're focusing up. We got Greyheart versus Jep. Skinwolf Werekin with the Maws of Savagery ROR. Then we have a Marauder frontline, Famir Warriors with their intense missile resistance, armor sundering, armor piercing, anti-infantry attacks. Should be pretty good at getting through the Grand Cathay frontline. We have 2 Javelin throwers, a Marauder Chief with only fight or die, a Metal Caster with Punishment Station and Searing Doom, and then a Feral Manticore. Whew, that is a mouthful of an army. The other side, Grand Cathay with a loosely spaced out box. We do have 1 Grand Cannon, a couple Onyx Crowmen, Zhao Ming with his Dragon's Breath attack, and then Jade Warrior frontline with Halberds as well, Jade Lancers up in the trees, and some Jade Warrior Crossmen. Famir are in, going to club their way through the Jade Warriors, buffed up by the Harmony buff. Still 38 melee defense, shouldn't be able to stop the Famir from getting through pretty quickly. Amenephis, how do you feel about Red Alert 2? Is Red Alert 2 good? Good engagement here from the Maws of Savagery and the Skinwolf Werekin onto these Jade Lancers. Other Jade Lancers and Onyx Crowmen piling into the fight. Hopefully they get some form of spell support, like a Searing Doom or something. But still, Maws of Savagery should trade up in that situation. Meanwhile, the Javelin Throwers are trying to punish Zhao Ming for the moment, while the Famir are doing what was promised and getting straight through that Jade Warrior front line, so good for them, though more Peasant Longspears have been pulled up to defend them. Manticore is just trying to cause some disruption as cannons fire in the background. The Maws of Savagery and Skillful Werekin not giving up the fight, but they are severely outnumbered. Look how much damage they're dealing back, though. Like, the value on it's whatever, because they're just Jade Lancers, but doing pretty good over there. Could use a Searing Doom. That's all I'll say. Somehow we have Marauder Spearmen and Famir Warriors getting baited away by Jade Lancers. They do need to return to the main fight as Zhao Ming and the Onyx Crowmen take out all of the Javelin Throwers. Norska's going to want some of these things to go a little crisper, like those Famir need to focus on the frontline fight. Maws of Savagery take out half the HP of 2 Jade Lancers and an Onyx Crowman. They do eventually rout. Looks like they will be run off, while the Famir and Marauder Chieftain still trying to get through the front line. Peasant Longspears holding for now. There was a Searing Doom up on the high ground dealing with some Halberds trying to help out the Manticore. He was about to rampage, I think, unless he's already done his tier 1 rampage. Nope, he's rampaging now into those Halberds, so he can't move. Skinwolf Werekin fighting back against Jade Lancers while the Maws of Savagery rally up in the trees. Zhao Ming is proving to be a bit of a nuisance. His Peasant Longspears are certainly going to have paid for themselves by the end of this game, poking down Famir all the time as Zhao Ming's going absolutely nuts in the background. More from here trying to break through the Jade Warrior halberds. A little more intense than their Peasant Longspear cousins, but they're side by side. Harmony bonus still up from, I guess, standing next to this Jade Warrior crossbow is enough. I suppose it's close enough. And Cathay is slowly outstatting Norska. In comes a big Final Transmutation, but Zhao Ming does have his spooky, scary scales. So it's not like he's actually in any danger. If he takes sufficient damage, he will just heal it up. Though, at least the Final Transmutation is also hitting other units, forcing Zhao Ming to try and get away so he stops damaging his own burrows. The Famir appear to be running out of steam. They were a good tech piece to get through the front line. It's just kind of like the rest of the Norscan army couldn't live up to the promise. As the Famir are now fighting alone on multiple fronts. Marauders just getting routed off everywhere. I enjoyed Red Alert 2 so much when I was a kid. Red Alert 2 is the best version of Hell March. Yes, it does. You'd be in the minority then. It's objectively the best RTS that has been the ability for the Rush to beat it because it caused the death of RTS for a long time. Oh, you're talking about StarCraft. Yeah, I never played StarCraft. I don't have anything against it. I just never played it. Alright, I just was getting caught up on chat. Where are we at? Oh, we're about to watch Jade Warrior Halberds get hit with the Searing Doom right in the face. Pretty satisfying. Laws of Savagery are trying to make a comeback up in the woods. Are fighting against several wounded Jade Warrior type units, so they should be able to get out of there relatively scot-free. The Hero Hammer of Norska is completely locked down by various Jade units. Jade Lancers, Jade Warriors, Peasant Long Spears, Jade Warrior Crossbows, I guess, are in here for some reason. That seems fine. But Zhao Ming's just biding his time. He could transform into a human at any point in time and throw a Final Transmutation down on this little human Hero Hammer. That would actually probably end the game. Footlords don't have the best HP pools, and a Final Transmutation on 3 units with small HP pools would probably send them running and tip the balance of power against poor Norska. Zhao Ming's going to snipe out a Manticore instead. With the Jade Warrior charge in, he should get it routing soon. Okay. Most everything is routing. Another breath attack out from Zhao Ming onto Marauder Spearmen. Trying to damage them as Jade Warriors go running through the trees. Ah, that's a dead Manticore. Forest fight. Forest fight. Final trans that block. Forest fight. Final trans that block. You played World in Conflict and Lord of the Rings 1. Battle for Middle-earth 2? Jeff, tell me it was Battle for Middle-earth 2, because that was amazing. Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 was great. I loved putting the Helm's Deep map on, putting all the AI on the hardest difficulty, but then putting them at a 99% handicap, so all my archers would, like, one-shot things. And then they'd spam out unholy, impossible amounts of units towards my Helm's Deep, and I just watched them get mowed down. And on my second monitor, I had the Lord of the Rings playing. That was an unfortunately large amount of my high school time. I won't say it was even 10% of my time spent in high school, but like probably 6% doing that one activity. It was upsetting. It was upsetting. People were worried about me, but it's okay. There's a guy on YouTube who still hosts tourneys for it. I have the disc. The disc version doesn't really work on my computer anymore. Is it on Steam? Is that a real thing on Steam? I might become a Battle for Middle-earth 2 YouTuber. I could get behind it. Bro, I love you. Just transform Zhao Ming and throw down a Final Trans. This is over. Just transform and end it. Well, wait, I don't know if he brought Final Trans. That's right, I haven't seen him in human form this whole game. He was in human form, then he transformed, but... I'm fast-forwarding because it's a replay, and this is over. There we go. People are still worried about you? What? Why would people be worried about me? What's wrong? Oh, wait, no. I understand now. I caught up. I'm sorry, there was a delay and I forgot what we were talking about. Decent value from Greyheart and Norska. I feel like we are in the Grand Cathay Awakening where people remembered this faction as OP as balls and is starting to relearn why. Because no one was picking them even though they were really strong. And it was just like, oh. Now, I won't pretend they're the strongest faction in the entire game, but after you take out Dwarves Empire and Kislev, it's like, oh yeah, Grand Cathay's pretty good. Beastmen and Tzeentch are pretty good, but everyone knew that. For some reason, everybody forgot Grand Cathay's really good. Brood Evil, make some post-great casts of Battle for Middle-earth 2. Nice. Good. Greyheart versus Corvus Glaive. As we load in, I'm catching up on chat. Kimbo, you talk about high school if it's an history. You graduated last year. Dude, I'm 30. I don't know how to tell you this. I am 30 years old. I am an old-ass man. Can you wrap this up in 40 minutes? Turn's about to stream? Let me guess, he's streaming a single faction tournament? I don't know if it's Domination or Conquest, but I'm guessing it's a single faction tournament. If he's hosting something this late at night and it's Warhammer, it's probably a single faction tournament. You let me know if I'm right. Corvus Glaive with a caster? Oh, he did! He brought a caster. Be'lakor is a caster and he brought spells on him. Corvus Glaive is not allowed to do that. That's messed up. Being 30 doesn't rule out graduating last year. True. Yes, Dom, I think. Nice! I'm still right. Okay, I'll try and wrap it up. Alright, we have Marauder Champions fighting Marauders. What the hell is going on? For Norska, we have the Cold Voider, currently chasing down 3 Marauder Horse Masters of the enemy. A bunch of Marauder Champions, some Marauder Hunters Javelins, Famir with great weapons, Wulfric the Wanderer, Shaman Sorcerer Metal with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom, and more Marauder Champions in the front line. The other side for the Warriors of Chaos, we have Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons, Aspiring Champions, Be'lakor with only Occam's Mind Razor for a spell. And then we do have 3 Skirmish Cav that are currently being chased off. Cool. Seems legit as Wulfric is getting attacked by Be'lakor, but Hunter Champions is down. And Famir closing in on all sides. Shadow Shroud going to give 60% ward save to Be'lakor. Can Wulfric survive the Lord Snipe attempt long enough for Be'lakor to get beaten to death by Famir warriors once Shadow Shroud wears off? We will see, as the Cold Voider shatters off one of the Marauder Horsemasters is going to return to the fight otherwise. Marauder Champions also abandoning that chase, not really worth their time. Now Be'lakor's Shadow Shroud is worn off. He should be a lot more vulnerable now. Famir with their magic attacks and anti-large can do a lot of damage, but Chaos Warriors and Nurgle with great weapons are trying to join the fight. Other Marauders trying to get past the Marauder Champion front line of Norska and get back here to support Be'lakor. Do have other Chaos Warriors as well. Be'lakor's taking an obscene amount of damage. He is dishing it back pretty good to Wulfric, but considering the HP pool differences, Be'lakor is definitely taking the worst end of the trade, and Be'lakor is more expensive than Wulfric. So great time for Wulfric. The Cold Voider is here. Could probably dive down and try and help save Wulfric. It also has Guardian, so it could help out a little bit. I suppose Be'lakor has magic damage, though, so it gets past the physical resistance Guardian provides. Nice breath attack in from the Cold Voider, plus a good Searing Doom. And they just want a little bit more damage onto Be'lakor. Looks like Wulfric might actually extend all the way to go get it, though. Be'lakor is currently standing with some Chaos Warriors of Khorne dual weapons, so I don't know if you want that. I don't know if you want that smoke. Looks like Seafang mostly missed from where the angle I saw it coming from. Cold Voider's just joining with Icehorn Marauders and Marauder Champions to try to fight the Aspiring Champions. Aspiring Champions should do okay here. They'll be alright. Those aren't great weapons, so their armor will help them quite a lot. If the only spell you took is a weapon strength buff, do you even have a caster, all things considered? You might be right. Warriors of Chaos falling very far behind Norska. I guess tonight's tournament is just called the Norska, Khorne, and Grand Cathay Happy Hour. Where do we send replays? DM me. DM me, Sir Donald. We watched your vampire counter earlier. That was pretty hype. Nice. Breath attack in from the Cold Fighter. Hits 3 units that were crossing over at the same time. Be'lakor is slowly trying to heal up every so often off of Marauder Champions routing nearby. But he's not healing nearly enough to keep the balance of power in check. If these Aspiring Champions get low enough, army losses is just going to hit. Aspiring Champions are not ITP, so actually a quick terror route could fuck them up pretty bad. Wolfric gets 100 champions down, but there's the Shadow Shroud again. This might have been a bait. Sword of Torgold is popped, but Be'lakor is proving rather tanky, but army losses will take him out even with Shadow Shroud. Though he is currently resisting 60% of demonic instability crumbling, which I find hilarious. But that is GG. Alright. Donald. We got 2 replays from the Donald. Our first Bretonnia of the night. I know he was playing them a lot in our last new player tournament. And then Greenskins versus Kislev. Also haven't seen any Greenskins tonight. I'm down. For Greyheart. Good stuff, good stuff. Good value. Spread out everywhere. Corvus Glaive. Be'lakor did alright. Chaos Warriors struggled. Marauders did okay. Marauder Horsemasters really struggled. Infinite Kawerb with another triple heavy war sled. Damn, people not banning Kislev. People not banning Kislev. People not banning Grand Cathay. What the hell are you guys banning? What? I mean, I guess Dwarves and Empire. I'm guessing that's a thing, but like... Jesus. Okay, what are we doing? Airstrikes. It's Cathay, though. It's Cathay, though. Let's do some Brett Nurgle. Donald versus Neon Goldman. You banned Cathay every time? You're apparently like the only one in the universe, man. Everyone else is out here just kicking it with Kislev. Donald on Bretonnia versus Neon Goldman's Nurgle. We do have some Knights of the Realm. Mounted Yeoman, a Grail Knight in the woods. Spearman at Arms frontline with the Holy Wardens of La Massatil, Battle Pilgrim, ROR. Damsel of Life and a Grail Relic to give them even more buffs. Pox Bowman. Is there a second Grail Knight? Yeah, there it is. Second Grail Knight. And Lewin they incur. Lifecaster, of course, with Dwellers Below and Regrowth. Donald, I saw you were in the chat. If you care about my opinion, you should cut Life Bloom if you take 2 expensive spells, because you're not going to cast them enough times to make Life Bloom worth it. You only want the lore passive of any Winds of Magic if you have cheap spells. Just a heads up. Your build's fine. I just... That one little note, but since I saw you in chat, I thought I'd mention it. If you care. If you don't care, don't take my advice. It's whatever. You do what you want, buddy. Alright, for the side of Nurgle, we have Pestigors, Marauders, some throwing axes here and there, a Rot Knight. Frolickers, Bubonic, Chaos Warriors, Great Weapons, Sorcerer of Death, the Fate of Being and Spirit Leech, Bile Troll, and an Exalted Hero of Nurgle. That's a smorgasbord of Nurgle units we don't usually get to see, but it looks like the Rot Knights got charged by the Grail Knights. The Rot Knights will trade back kind of okay, but the Grail Knights should win out on this battle, and it looks like they are going to. Mounted Yeoman just going to ignore this fight for now. Some sort of heal is coming in for somebody, but who is it for? Sorcerer of Death. Oh yeah, he wouldn't have healing. Yeah, he's a Death caster. So it's the Grail Knights getting Overcast and Regrowth. They're going to shatter the Rot Knights pretty quickly. The other side, Pestigor is fighting against other Grail Knights, and it's looking a little bleak for Nurgle already. I don't know what they do about Grail Knights running rampant over their back lines. Knights of the Realm get a free little charge, and they're going to back off. And earlier we saw Donald's Blood Knights get 4,400 values, so I'm guessing this man might like Heavy Cav. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he do like a heavy Gav. Can we change it from a 2 ban list to a 2 allow list? Oh yeah, that would help with faction diversity. Yeah, for sure. Knights of the Realm take a nasty Fate of Buna. Does a lot of damage to them. Then a follow-up Spirit Leech onto the Damsel of Life, who is actually right next to an Exalted Hero of Nurgle. And if she gets chopped down, that could be a good way for Nurgle to get that upper hand in this game. Just forcing Bretonnians to fight with the HP bars they have, not the HP bars they want to have. Ban Dark Elves? Nah, dude. Dark Elves used to be the hotness. Now it's Khorne. Khorne has replaced Dark Elves as like the faction everybody picks, but isn't actually OP. It's just like, I don't know why you're picking it so much. Because there we go. The Damsel gets whooped on by the Exalted Hero. So good stuff from Nurgle trying to get back in this game. No healing for Bretonnia. Where are their Grill Knights? That one's still super healthy. Lewin has his own healing, but that Grill Knight is under half HP. And as long as the Damsel doesn't come back, there will be no healing for them. But it looks like the Damsel is probably going to be able to come back. She escaped from the fight without shattering, and now Nurgle obviously doesn't have the mobility presence versus Bretonnia to secure that kill. You still have some Bile Trolls fighting it out with Grail Knights, who are taking a bit of a beating, and Pestigors providing cheap and chipper armor piercing. But a big Terror Rod away from Lewin should help resolve the situation. Frolickers Bubonic trying to hold it down. There's the Damsel of Life. She is back. And does she bother healing herself, or is she just going to save it all for the Knights? That's actually a risky choice. If she overcasts, she might just kill herself. Alright, so she undercasts to stay safe. That's probably correct. Top 4 factions can only be defenders on ambush battles. KB, onto something, onto something. Killing enemy caster is always good, yes. It just can be difficult, because they're usually, especially on foot, they're rather tanky. They just get knocked over quite a lot. But I believe the Exalted Hero of Nurgle is also on foot. Yes, he is, so he doesn't knock her over as much, just gets shots in. Hazel, can you stop scratching your specific spot that jingles your collar? You have an entire body you could scratch. Do you have to scratch the collar and make loud noises? I will scratch your neck for you while casting this game. Notice how the mouse stopped moving? That's because my other hand is currently scratching the dog, so she stops making that god-awful noise. Alright, Pestigor's going to rout off any second here. Frolickers Bubonic still chilling, holding it down, fighting the Holy Wardens of La Massatil, while our Knights get in some good charging. They are fine. They are good. Alright, now Hazel's looking at my hand, and now my hand is all wet and gross. Thanks, Hazel. Ugh. Blah. Grail Knights are in here dealing with the Warriors of Chaos. Look at those Frolickers go, doing their crazy little somersaults and shit. Yeah. Lewin gets Spirit Leeched again. Is he even low? Yeah, he's actually less than half HP. Bile Trolls are about to rout any second now as they get rear charged by Grail Knights, though. That'll be the end of them. Nurgle's doing better on the balance of power than I feel they're doing on the map. I guess because Lewin's so injured. Guess. Nurgle Deathcaster not healing up at all. He doesn't have his Crown of Command or whatever. Crown of Unholy Domination. The thingy that heals him slowly. So he's going to have to rely on a tier 2 of Fecundity. Speaking of which, Nurgle hasn't cast any army abilities that I've seen. Is he saving up for a Rot, Glorious Rot? Tier 3 Nurgle army ability? The best ability in the entire game? That's fucking garbage and I hate it? Yeah, sorry. I keep reading chat. I keep getting caught up with chat because you guys are cool and nice. Alright, Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle, Exalted Hero, really all that's left here. We still have some vestiges of infantry trying to hold, but, I mean, the Knights are slowly clearing them up as they feel like. Hey, the Rot Knights are back. All 4 of them. Go, Rot Knights, go. Doing some decent work here and there, but Lewin's going to slowly heal up. The Grail Knights are going to receive healing from the Damsel over time. That'll probably do it. Rot Knight's about to get rear charged by the Grail Knights of Bretonnia. Flaming lances stabbing their corrupted Nurgle bodies, and 2 of the 4 Rot Knights fall before our very eyes. The rest shatter as the Marauders also run away. Grail Knights trying to surround the Exalted Hero of Nurgle and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, but there's a Tier 2 Fecundity to heal them back up a little bit. I feel like that's GG. Frolicker is trying to heal up, but Bretonnia's cleaning everything else up, and that balance of power is mega fraudulent. Ah! Double clicked. Oh, Lewin didn't bring his passive heal. Okay, that explains why he's so low. So he could get a regrowth at any time, but looks like the regrowth's actually going to go on to the Grail Knight still. Regrowth healing up the Grail Knights. Lewin, without any passive healing, is just going to go in like a little biscuit. Sword of Khorne is out, trying to get rid of the Frolicker's Bubonic and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle. There's another Spirit Leech onto him. And Lewin without self-healing, and we know regrowth is on cooldown. I mean, this is getting a little risky. Not risky to lose the game. I think Bretonnia still wins even if Lewin dies, but I mean, like, damn, he might die. He's taking damage. There go the Frolickers, though. Alright, Lewin's gonna get back in the sky. I'm gonna play this at ×2 speed as we watch these heroes slowly die.
Oh, we're dying. Oh, God.
Amenethus and Worst Professor going back and forth being silly and degenerate. Worst Professor is the most degenerate of the people that hangs around my stream, dude. Donald with his heavy cav, putting up big value. Classic. For Neon Goldman, desperate scrap to the end, but not going to prevail over the Forces of Bretonnia. Oof, Bile Trolls really not coming in clutch for him. 260 value on those. And I saw them in a fight for quite a while. Stupid Bile Trolls with their stupid stupidness. Okay. Alright. Kislev versus Greenskins. I heard this one might not be amazing. And we have another Kislev build that looks like the exact same, so I'm going to skip that one. And if Hayseed gets mad at me... I cast a lot of Hayseed games. How dare you get mad at me? I made sure that Hayseed got onto the big final show match on the CA Twitch channel. Hayseed owes me money. Praise Slanesh. No, but anyway, if Hayseed doesn't like that I skipped his game, Hayseed can repay me the $45 he owes me from that dinner in Tacoma. Alrighty, first sighting of Greenskins of the night versus Kislev. Black Orc Big Boss leading some Orc Boarboy Biggins in the woods. Give them a Rabble Rouse, it looks like he brought. ITP for everybody in range. Then we have Night Goblins with their Spinning Loons and Squig Herds for a front line. A couple Orc Boys as one of my contacts is falling out for literally no reason. And then Azhag the Slaughter with just Spirit Leech. You already pay me? It's true. You don't pay me back for the dinners I bought you. Other side for Kislev, triple heavy war sled. Front line of armored Kossars. You have some regular Kossars in the back. We do have a Frostbane of Ice with just Icebane's Kiss. A Boyar with his Thunder Axe, Stand Your Ground, and Deadly Onslaught. And then a Snow Leopard and Double Horse Archers. So a bit of skirmish here from the Kislevites as their war sled's going to run away and shoot backwards into the masses. They can clean up infantry nicely if they get into the late game, but I guess for now they're just trying to avoid these Orc Boarboy Biggins. Azhag going to get in over his skis maybe a little bit, as if these heavy war sleds all shoot him, we actually will take a lot of damage. But the Spinning Loons are out, and they're going everywhere, doing a lot of damage to that cluster of Horse Archers and armored Kossars, even going through some of the backline Kossars. So one of those Spinning Loons did fantastically. The other one struggled a little bit, did some good damage value. I'm not going to pretend it was bad, but not as incredible as that one that went through. As the Orc Boar Biggins just plows straight through the Kossars, get onto a second Kossar, stop them from shooting at all. Squigs are trying to hit the armored Kossar front line. And Azhag and some of his skirmish boys and Borborbiggins getting caught up on the heavy war sleds. Okay, there's a wall to give them stats as they go and try and catch the other one. And this heavy war sled actually piles into the Orc Borborbiggins, doing a lot of damage on the charge because it probably just shot, but not taking any damage in return. It looks like the Boar Boys didn't actually have attack orders onto it, because this Boar Boy caught one and did a lot of damage. The other one must be trying to attack a different heavy war sled. Meanwhile, Azhag's trying to snipe out the Frostbane of Ice, but a Snow Leopard is here to peel for her a little bit. It's trying to chase her down. And the front line is descended into utter chaos as armored Kossars and Horse Archers push up on one side, Orcs and Squigs push up on the other. It's not entirely sure who is winning the frontline fight. It looks like it's maybe Kislev as the Snow Leopard's going to trade up into Azhag. Azhag has a pitiful HP pool. Now, so does the Snow Leopard. The Snow Leopard costs like 600 gold, while Azhag is, you know, your lord and costs almost 2,000. Heavy war sleds getting sniped in the back. One is at half HP, one's almost dead, and the other one's full HP from these Orc Borborbiggins chasing them around. But the Boyar joins the Snow Leopard and finally pushes Azhag away. Greenskins mounting a second charge. Do throw out a spinning loon that's going to go straight through the armored Kossars as they charge forward, getting knocked over by those giant bowling balls. Lots of damage onto those armored Kossars. And then the goblins are going to run for it as their other goblin friends come up, also with spinning loons, and more spinning loons off in the distance. So far, good micro to use all the spinning loons. A lot of people just forget it. One heavy war sled is shattered. Another one is so close to dead. 1,000 HP and falling rapidly. So it looks like we'll be down to one true heavy war sled left in late game as the Black Orc Big Boss joins some Squigs and keeps them in the fight. Horse Archers kiting out the rest of the Greenskins. Balance power shifting against Kislev rather heavily. Can the Greenskins close it out? Ice Maiden's Kiss to get rid of these Goblin Fanatics for now. There they go. Azhag terror routes away the Snow Leopard for the moment. It is going to rally. There it is. But Azhag should be able to get a free charge onto it. And with Orc Borborbiggin support, I don't see the Snow Leopard doing too much. He circles around ominously. And that should be the end of the Snow Leopard. Another Fanatic cast through the regular Kossars as the Black Orc Big Boss tries to push through them with some Squigs. We do still have one healthy heavy war sled with a good amount of ammunition. Looks like it's even going for a rear charge on these goblins and Squigs. Might just break them. But there are a lot of Orc Borborbiggins left. Here comes some more even as they're going to try and pincer in the poor heavy war sled. That's a lot of Orc Boar Boys, and they're big. Azhag even joins in on the fun, trying to take out this last heavy war sled. Kislev is rallying some armored Kossars here and there. Still have a very healthy Boyar. Some Horse Archers too, but the heavy war sled getting killed, we see the balance of power just tank for Kislev as that 1,300 gold unit that was at full HP was quite a lot of their balance of power, and it getting completely sniped out is brutal. The battle was a lag fest? I don't believe you. No, you did tell me that before I cast it. When Total War 40k comes out, they'll make it cross-compatible with this game. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Orc Borborbiggins now taking the fight to the Boyar. Has he used his Thunder Axe? He still has one use of it left. It's just a bound to Renan's Thunderbolt, so it's pretty solid if you can hit it, but it's also dodgeable. Oh, there you are. Ice Maiden's Kiss through some Orc Horror Boys as they're going to fight the Ice Maiden. Frost Maiden, and she's not having a good time. Orc Horror Boys aren't something you really generally mess around with. 23 melee attack on an archer unit. Pretty good. 34 weapon strength. Yeah, she's just going to run for it. Azhag's cleaning up shop. And the heavy war sleds that took a lot of damage earlier are still technically alive. The one with the flag is way over there. Where are the other two models? Oh, okay, they're just ahead of it. Gotcha. So the bear sleds will keep doing the best they can, but looks like Greenskins have got this in the bag pretty much. Horse Archers doing what they can while Orc Horror Boys go down swinging. Boyar is going to cleave through some of them though, and that'll probably break their nerve, but Armored Kossars joining the fight as well. The Greenskins have successfully rallied. mostly pig boys. Comes the Greenskin charge. Stand your ground, trying to keep the Armored Kossars in play, but the Boyar takes a Spirit Leech at the same time. And the Black Orc Big Boss is even just going to go duel him. Oof, look at that massive cleaver. Yeah, he is crumping that Boyar right now. Last Thunderbolt from the Boyar's axe. The Horse Archers plus the Frost Maiden going to get peeled away by Orc Borbiggins here for just a second, while the Black Orc Big Boss and Azhag consider how to deal with the Boyar in their own terms. Are going to get a couple good chops into him. Heavy War Sleds trying to rejoin the fight, but they're too far away to affect the true outcome of this battle, as the Boyar is going to die. That should be the end for Kislev. Army losses is hitting. GG to the Greenskins. What up, Kiyama? When do we determine the winner? It is Jepadu, who had a perfect run through the tournament tonight. We had some other people go 3-1, but no one had a perfect run besides Jep. So he will be the winner tonight. Mr. Airstrikes. Pretty close game, but the Greenskin cavalry advantage was very good against the Heavy War Sleds. Heavy War Sleds still getting good value, even though they're fighting Heavy Cav, but a counter is a counter. 2 games left, 15 minutes until turn streaming, and I've been told I have to end before then. So we'll do Grand Cathay, then we'll do Lizardmen versus Beastmen. Warlock Engineers casting Warp Lightning. Witness your doom. I'm guessing that's a 40k reference I don't understand because I'm too legit. Fantasy all day. Airstrikes versus Siegfalt, second to last game of the night. Before we get to the turn stream. Fire and Rocket plus a box. Bandits of the Silver Road, Jade Warrior Crossbows, Iron Hail Gunners. We have a Zhengdu War Drum, shown by Pigman to actually be really strong. Then we have the Dragobota Shugin Lord of Yang with Might of Heaven and Earth and Dragon's Breath. The Dune Dragons again. Don't know why everybody's taking the Dune Dragons tonight, but okay, we accept it. And then Peasant Long Spears and Jade Warriors. Grand Cathay has 1 Onyx Croman off in the woods, the Empress Croman. For the Wood Elves, we have a mass vanguard of Orion, Dryads, and a Branch Wraith with Melkoths and Earthblood. Then we have a War Dancer frontline, Zotes, and 2 Hawk Riders. Hawk Riders on my list of 5 worst units in the game. I think they are trash. I will see if I am wrong. Alright, Orion and the Dryads trying to break through the front line. Now, Peasant Long Spears aren't nearly as tanky as their Jade Warrior brethren, so this backline assault could actually be very potent. We will have to see what the Branch Wraith and Orion can do to break that area. But the War Dancer front line is taking a lot of damage on the way in from the Fire and Rocket. In come the Hawk Riders, just going to suicide in as armor-piercing flying cav. They're trying to knock down the Fire and Rockets entirely. They're not going after the crew. Their Hawks are actually just going to attack the models themselves, so they could actually take them out pretty quickly. But Iron Hail Gunners and the Archers behind them kill them off, push them back into the sky, and that is 1,000 gold dead. Dead and gone for the Wood Elves. Dryads, however, get through the Peasant Long Spears at last, and they are going to go harass the Fire and Rocket crews, finish what the Hawk Riders started. The War Dancer front line already melted away. Not looking too good for them. Crossbow's going to damage the Hawk Riders as the Empress Croman lurk in the distance, watching over the Zotes who are in the trees. And Orion's here. Go, Orion, go. Who watched Hayseed games and decided they needed Zotes. I mean, Hayseed also takes Dragon Ogres all the time, and Zotes are just green Dragon Ogres. What is this? That was a weird-looking monstrosity. Oh, the Dune Dragon's got Might of Heaven and Earth and Disdain of the Emperor. They have 81 melee attack right now. That is insane. They are not missing any shots ever. Iron Hail Gunner's just trying to figure out where to be. Might accidentally dodge the Hawk's Talon, but it looks like they weren't. They were just repositioning. Now the Hawk's Talon will crash into them. Good little bounce spell of Orion does some decent damage here and there. But Grand Cathay starting to put the hurt on the Wood Elves. Slowly standing there. Hitting them with the stat stick, but in come the Zoats. And Orion might go hunting for either the Lord or the War Drum. Looks like it's the Lord for now. She is taking a good amount of damage. And Grand Cathay hasn't won just yet. Their range units less and less effective as this battle turns into just a melee slugfest. We do have the Onyx Croman for Cathay, strangely far away. They do need to return to the fight soon. As Orion is slapping the Zhengdu War Drum and the Dragonblood Shugi Lord whenever he feels like it. And Zod's going to actually press past this fight and try and get onto some of the archers. Bandits of Silver Road still firing off and on towards the Dryads, going to get them to rout. Most of the Wood Elf front line is routing, but Orion and the Zoats are into the cookie jar. I don't know if they can, like, kill everybody in here, because that's an awful lot of things they have to deal with, but he's working on it. It would get a lot easier for him if he could kill this Lord. Might of Heaven and Earth is back out onto the Doom Dragons, again with the 81 melee attack. So pressing into Orion's flanks. The Zoats have taken a lot of damage from their time hanging out with Orion. The Branch Wraith is not having a good time fighting all these Peasant Long Spears either. They're poking away at her little body. Dragonblood Shugi Lord about to die. Orion, if he gets one more hit on her, she will actually die. But he misses one. Zhengdu War Drum also one hit from death. Orion sizing her up. Throws the javelin at her back, takes her down to 99 HP. Then he kills the Zhengdu War Drum. Orion's actually trying to put this game on his back. It's pretty heroic. 2,700 damage value for him. As he pulls out another spear. But he's getting shot by Iron Hail Gunners. He's surrounded by the Dune Dragons. He starts to plow his way out, but army losses hits, leaving him alone. He is unbreakable, so we will have to just watch him die. Sigvault with a really good game. Orion did fantastically. Hawk Riders, they made it to my top 5 worst units for a reason. And they're trash. The rest of his build is fine. Wardens just got shut down by Cathay. For 1,001 airstrikes. Good formation. Cool tech with the Might of Heaven and Earth and then the Dune Dragons. Dune Dragons actually did very well there. Range units also did fantastically as they usually do. GG. Final game, we have 9 minutes before Worst Professor yells at us. Let's go. Jepardu versus Neon Goldman. Our first Beastman of the night. Trox, a Brass Bull, and no mage. You need a mage. You need one. It's not the rules, it's just a good idea. Might have worked if Hawk Riders were better. True. But they're not. Lizardmen, we have Skink Skirmishers across the front line. Skink cohorts backing them up, some with Javelin, some without. We have a Rev Crystal, an Ancient Salamander, Mazdamundi with Net Apotheosis. Then we have the Closton Hunters, Cord of Waddle, and another Ripperdactyl. For the Beastmen, we have 2 Centaurs of Zinch, front line of Ungor Spearman Herds, 3 Archers, 2 Monitors of Grey Opens, Torx Brass Bull, the Blood Brute Behemoth, and some Dogs. Ancient Salamander, retreating before it's gonna hawk a loogie right into the Centaurs. Net of Amnotok as the Cloth Hunters come in for a rear charge, and these Javelin Skinks chuck into these guys. Centaurs are taking insane amounts of damage, and they are not having a good time. These other ones also took a lot of damage with the Skink Cohorts with Javelins. Even after the price increases, those units are still very, very good when they can use their little Chucky Chuck spears. Minotaur's Grey Opens pathing straight through the Skink cohorts. Ignore them entirely and dive onto the Ancient Salamander with Torx of Brass Bull, but in come the cohort of Waddle. Soon to be buffed up by Mazdamundi. I have to think the cohort can still beat these guys. As a Ruination of Cities in the back line gets insane 2-for-1 value while I wasn't looking. Shatters an entire Ungor Raider. Damages a Spearman Herd that was already on its way out. And Ripperdactyls also dive the Archers in the back line. Beastman backline is in disarray. The Beastman frontline is also in a lot of trouble as the Minotaurs get whooped on by the Javelins shooting them in the back and the Cord of Waddle in their front. Centaur Zinch also losing and running away from the Skink cohorts, and the Lizardmen are winning literally everywhere. Now the Gorgon is trying to get something going, but Aneta Amratok going to hold him in place. Don't think there's a lot of follow-up DACA for him or anything, so it looks like it's just going to hold him in place for now without too much to worry about. But the Ripperdactyl Rider's cleaning up the Beastmen on the back line. Ancient Salamander going to get these archers to rout any second now. 0 leadership, but they managed to rally for just a second. Mazda is full HP, and the cohort of Waddle have a full surround on Torox the Brass Bull. Torox surrounded and getting beat up. Beastmen in mass retreat. It looks like the Class Hunter should finish off these other archers. Bloodbrute, Behemoth, and Torox are strong, but they cannot carry an entire game. As the Bloodbrute comes for blood. Stabby stab time. Oh. Torox still trying to fight his way out as Croc scores punch him in the face. He is about to rout. 1 leadership left for him as the Bloodbrute follows the Ancient Salamander around. Everything is routed for the Beastmen except for the Bloodbrute, Behemoth, and these dogs. The Bloodbrute tries to get some shots up on the Bastildon, surrounded by random skinks, getting shot by skink cohorts. There's army losses. There, Worst Professor, we did it. Were there any good Wood Elf games today? There was one Wood Elf game, and it was very good. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, look at that Jav Skink with 1,050 value. Some others got 500. GG's, lads. GG's. Oh, there was 2 Wood Elf games. One was hilarious because Orion is funny. But the actual game wasn't that close. The other one was actually, like, close. These are games I just have to cast for casting reasons. Oh, boy. Lots of content to make. Time to leave this waiting room for a real stream with real game mode. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's nice. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Oh, okay. Why don't we just hurt my feelings then? I know you're kidding. It's fine. I'll allow it. Oh, boy. Turin doesn't have redirect on, so I can't even send you his way. What the fuck? Alright, well, anybody who's here already knows who Turin is, so he doesn't need my promotions. He doesn't need my handouts. GG's, everybody. GG's. I am going to be gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at a convention. So there will be no streams this weekend. I have content planned to come out, so you'll still get your daily video at 8, but no streams until next week. I thought you hated Turin? Lies! Lies and slander, dude.